It has stopped raining. I thought I'd come out today and have a bit of a look around to see what the flood damage is like around the region we live in. It certainly had some impact. This has been more rain than Thailand's experienced in such a short period of time for well over 100 years. And up in the north, further north, up in Mae Sai and Chiang Rai, and now in Chiang Mai as well, there has been quite catastrophic flooding that has affected so many homes and so many businesses, so many people's lives. Down here it doesn't appear to be so bad. We are in a different water catchment area. The rivers feed down from the main mountain here, Doi Intanon, and into the valleys, into the streams and the rivers around here. And sure, they've broken their banks, they've overflowed, so I thought I'd just come and have a look for myself to see how much damage there is and how it may have affected our neighbourhoods. It's not too bad. So there's obviously areas here that have flooded, and it's big trees and farmland. Over there it looks like quite a new commercial operation, so I don't know whether they've had plantings that have been destroyed or not, but certainly if they had anything in the ground, it's not there anymore. The water along here has been very high, and then in other areas that I've seen today, it's also been well up over the road, and in some places destroyed the canals and destroyed the roads. But along the way I've found a real little treat, a really nice little secluded area right near the Monglang waterfall that has got some little restaurants and places that you can sit by the river. Today there's nobody there, the river's still really high, but I was chatting to one of the restaurant owners and she said normally, there's a lot of people in the area and it's a very nice place to go to relax, somewhere that I'll have to take my lovely wife to visit. We've had a couple of clear days now with no rain, so that's really been a huge relief, and there's definitely signs that people have been out clearing up and working to remove the debris from roads and so on. And there's quite a lot of evidence that there has been flooded rice fields as well, flooded more than they would normally be flooded. But it seems that at this time of the year, because they've planted the rice a little bit later this season, it's not mature. There's no grain forming on it yet, so if it has been flooded, it's just enjoying the sunshine and standing right up again and keeping on growing, which is fabulous to see. If these floods had happened a bit later when the grains had formed, it would probably be flattened and would make it very difficult to harvest, if at all possible. From what I've seen online, from photos and video that have been posted online from Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, it looks like they've had it a lot worse up there. I've seen Chiang Mai flood a few times since I've been living here, but never as extensively as it appears to have flooded this year. I'm often amazed at how Thai people get on, even in the midst of a disaster like a flood. These friends of ours live in Chiang Mai near the river, and they've posted a few photos on Facebook that I've asked if I could share on here, just to give you some indication that even though things are rough, people are smiling and just getting on with life and getting on with the cleanup. I'll show you a little bit more of the local area around the rivers here and then go and check out this lovely spot by the waterfall. This area here over this bridge, it looks like this has been submerged at some point, or at least had a lot of water flowing over it. There's a lot of silt and dirt on the ground. And then you can see here where the embankment that's been concreted in the past has just smashed up and just been swept away. And then also looking down into the river down here, you can get an idea of a lot of the debris. A lot of it's bamboo that has been smashed up and swept along and gets caught up under the bridges. And this is a weir that's closer to our home. We drive past here frequently and take a look at the level of the water, and it's still pretty high today. This is considerably higher than it normally is at this area, and again you can see a lot of the debris caught up around the structure here. A little bit difficult to see from this angle with the wide angle lens, but further into the distance it's very obvious that the water level has been a lot higher than it is today. This area here has had a lot of work done on it over the recent years. They've added these embankments and flood walls, and noticed in the distance there that one of them has collapsed. Part of the end of the wall has collapsed into the water. And further down close to the bridge there's a lot more debris under the bridge and up either side of the bridge too that's just been trapped there. Some quite huge logs. And this is the area that is coming into the Muanglang waterfall. So if you're coming down to Doi Intanon, this is a really nice first stop to make before you actually go up into the park. And I've never actually been in this little area before, so I thought I'd just tour around, have a look, see what's there. There's obviously a lot of empty shops here, so it must be pretty busy at certain times of the year. But the shops are still there, they haven't been washed away, so that's indicating that the water at this point hasn't been too high. Just come around and come across the bridge here, and it's just beautiful. It's so cool and peaceful. The sound of the water's lovely, but it's lovely cool breeze coming down the valley with the water. It's just really, really nice. And then to this shaded area down here, again, more little restaurants and little places to sit that you can order your food and then go and sit down by the river, and they'll bring you the food by the river by the lots of things. There was a few people around, looked like mainly locals having a look like I was, but really not any tourists, not any Thai or foreign tourists to be seen at all. And this is not necessarily to do with the flooding, but it's just that it's still very, very quiet here in Thailand. The economy and the tourism businesses have just not picked up so much as they might have done, or as many would have hoped that the country would have bounced back after the COVID pandemic. It's still having struggles, still issues with very low numbers of people, both foreign and Thai people are not touring and not travelling so much. And I just thought to go for a bit of a walk, have a look, check it out, try and imagine what it's like when it's a bit cleaner and tidier. They've obviously had some water up through here, damaged some of these structures, so this would normally be a little place that you can go and sit out right on the edge of the river or in the river and enjoy some good local food. But today there's nobody here. And then I continued to ride further around the neighbourhood into one particular area that I've travelled quite often, and it is in between the Klang River and a canal that's used for irrigating the rice fields. And this is a weir over the river, the Klang River, and this is way more water than is normally in here, and way more debris than is usually caught up in the structure. But here it is, these openings where they let the water through, and it's just totally clogged with bamboo and trees and all kinds of debris. So that's going to be some big work to try and manage to pull those out of there, to get those out of there. That'll be quite a challenge. Beautiful day, lovely clear day, hardly a cloud in the sky. And so this is great because it means that the water levels will definitely be dropping. And I'll just continue over here. I came across here the other day and I was able to get through. On the other side of this, there's just a narrow track that I can usually comfortably ride my motorcycle along, but here I'd seen it the other day, it was washed away a bit, so I was just going carefully and slowly along because I wasn't sure what the state of it was like, because in between the last time I came and this time there's been significantly more rain and more flooding. And so I got a bit further down, realised the track was in really bad shape, and then it was not going to be possible or not safe for me to continue. I'm not that brave. I stopped to have a bit of a look, and it's really been made a huge mess of. So these little tracks that are frequently used by the locals may or may not be a priority to get repaired in a hurry, so I don't know how long this is going to be out of action. It's certainly going to be inconveniencing quite a few local people, and obviously a lot of water still sitting there. This area is usually dry, this area is usually planted in rice. Not sure if it was planted this year. There were some places that they may have just been used for raising the seed for the rice and then not transplanted in that area, but you'd definitely not be able to get an easy access to these fields because this track's been washed away. And then I headed back along the weir across the other side and had to just follow my nose to find my way home. Basically followed the river along until I came across another bridge. I knew there was a bridge further along, so I just followed the road. There's quite a lot of obvious flood damage on the riverside there, where the water's come up and really affected these fields. And certainly under these lumyai trees along where there's orchards, it's not going to have any real immediate or long-lasting effect even, but it looks like if there's been rice along this side, it has been wiped out because the flow of the water here would have been really strong. And so found my bridge and cut back into the Muanglang village, which is a village just down the road from our place. And riding through here in the areas closer to the river, it doesn't look like the water's come up much over the bank on this side, so the people's homes and businesses in the village haven't been affected, or not affected badly by any flooding, and life appears to be going on as usual. As I slowly meandered my way back towards home, I saw this old lady crossing the street with a walker, just so slowed down, and it was lovely. She just looked up at me and flashed me a lovely little smile as I headed past. And it's just situations like this, smiles like this, little connections with people like this are one of the main reasons that I love living here in northern Thailand. So I hope you've enjoyed this little update. If you're interested to find out more about our lifestyle here in northern Thailand, please check out this video next. Thanks very much for watching.